Preparation of agar plates. For this method, we're going to use 300 microliters of tetracycline added to the agar. Changing the tip. Now 300 microliter of ampicillin in a concentration of 200 milligram per milliliter. We're gonna add 1.4 ml of agar, which is 700 in our case, microliter, in a concentration of 20 milligram per milliliter. We're gonna add 1.4 ml of IPTG in a concentration of 100 millimolar, stock solution of 100 millimolar, so 700, and change it. 700. We're gonna swirl it. And gently gonna pour. Yeah. Can you please pour the place? Competent cells preparation, and for that we need the E. coli XL1 blue. So we're making a chemically competent E. coli XL1 blue. For that we have grown for 3 hours cultures in 50 mils and cooled them out for 10 minutes on ice. Now we're going to transfer them to a falcon tubes, each we place them for a spin in the bench centrifuge at 4000 RPM for 10 minutes to get the pellet. So the centrifuge has finished, and now at the bottom we can see a white pellet. It's a white pellet. You getting rid of or discard the supernatant as much as you can, and you're just left again with just a white pellet. And the same if you have another one. You use the other one and discard. It will be a disinfectant, so we don't have it right now. Yeah, so you can see the pellet. Yeah. Try to get rid of as much of the liquid as you can. After that, what we do, we add 500 microliters of of buffer, which is TSS, which contains, the TSS buffer contains L broth, magnesium chloride, polyethylene glycol, and DMSO. So what you do, add 500 microliter cold TSS and resuspend the pellet. So you open that again, and you add it and resuspend up and down, not too roughly, gently, your competent cells. Very gently up and down. So you see that all the pellet has been resuspended. And the same for the other one. Yeah, so we will have a discard split. So discard in a minute. And we have again, if you have more than one, do more than one. Gently again, up and down with the pellet. Okay, once that's done, what you do, you make sure you use F&O tube, but it needs to be cold. So if you can label it, keep it on ice. So you transfer, again, if you prepared in advance, that's excellent. You just transfer the cold competent cells from here to the F&O tube. And again, the discard, appropriate. Discard. And the next one. Everything into cold F&O tube. And you label it. That's it. Stop it. The next step will be transformation. We will prepare 3 tubes, tube 1, tube 2, and tube 3. In each one we will add 5 microliter. So the first one we will add 5 microliter of the ligation. Add it nice. For tube 2, we're gonna add 5 microliter of the undigested OC19. And for tube 3, we're just gonna add some water. And that is our negative control. Should not see any transformation. Okay, to each one now we're gonna add 45 microliters of ice cold competent cells. So remember the one we prepared earlier, mix them a little bit, add 45 45 microliters to tube 1. Keep it on ice as much as you can. Back on ice. You mix gently. You mix gently, and then you add it on ice. And again for the second one. Second one. That can happen. You're gonna take 20 microliters. Sorry, not 20 microliters, 45. 45. And add it. No. We need to make sure it's mixed because it can be a bit lumps in there. So always make sure when you pick it up that there actually is 45 microliters in there, and then you can add it to second one. And the last one, go, that's the last one. We can have another, try this one, 45, make sure it's actually picking up 45, yeah, good, and add it to tube 3. We're mixing gently and then we're leaving it on ice for 20 minutes. For the heat shock, we're going to add the tubes to the water bath, 42 degrees, for 2 minutes. So you're going to leave it for 2 minutes, and then after 2 minutes, you're going to quickly add them to the ice. And make sure they're on ice. After you added them on ice, you add 450. Like that on ice, we're going to add 450 to each tube, and we're going to mix it. And number 2, another 450. And the last one, 450. That's it. Thank you very much. Go. So after incubation for 30 minutes in 37, now we're going to prepare for a transformation. We will have our tube 1, tube 2 and tube 3. If you can see in the schedule, it says tube 1 ligation, you need to have plate undiluted and 10 times diluted. Tube 2, positive control, we will have to do plate undiluted, 10 times diluted and 100 times diluted. And tube 3, a negative control, will be only undiluted. All of them will be plated 100 microliters. And the dilution itself will be done into a volume of 500 microliters. So how are we going to do that? So the undiluted is not a problem. For the 10 times dilutions, what we're going to do is take a 450 broth, or LB, Luria broth. So we'll take 450 and add it to our tube. Yeah. And then we're going to take, in a different tip, 50 microliter from our ligation and add it to the tube. So that's 10 times dilution. For the positive control, they will be undiluted, and then we're going to make a 10 times dilution. How are we going to make that? We're going to make a 450 again. We're going to take, this is a 10 time dilution. Yeah. And we're going to add 50 microliter from our tube 2. To the 10 times. Now for the 100 times dilution, we're gonna do a serial dilution. We're gonna take 450 again from the LB to 100 times. And we'll take for the 10 times that we just made 50 microliters. And add it to the 100. So that's 100 times dilution. Good. For tube 3, again it says plate undiluted, so that's not a problem. For step 8, it says plate 100 microliter each of 10 minus 6, 10 minus 7, and 10 minus 8 dilutions of non-transformed competent cells. So we need to go back to our competent cells we made earlier, and we need to prepare dilution of 10 minus 6, 10 minus 7, 10 minus 8. In order to do that, we need to prepare a serial dilution, okay, of 8 tubes. Each one of them, which you can label please, each one of them will have 450 microliter of L broth, and we're gonna take from the concentrated one to the next one 50. And we're gonna demonstrate how we're gonna do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more, because we need to go to 10 to the minus. No, we okay. 10 minus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we need one more. Let's go. 8. Alright. Okay. And then we can add 450. What you do is you take 50 microliter, yeah, and from the most concentrated one, the competent cells, you take 50. Let's make sure it's all 54. Yeah, very good. And add it to the first one. Yeah, you mix it well. So what I'm suggesting is to mix it well, pipetting up and down, make sure it's all mixed very, very well. You can use the same tip because it's the same solution. What you can do, just take that, so it's all up, and add it to the next one. And again, next one, making it until you get minus 7 and 10 minus 8, and they're all gonna be plated on, if you can see, plate 100 microliter each of 10 minus 6, minus 7, minus 8 dilutions of non-transformed competent cells on an L agar plate. No antibiotics. Okay? That's only to see how many we get, and we can do the calculation with and without the transformed plasmids. So that's it. Okay, now we're going to show how we're going to plate it, and we're going to take 100 microliters. We're going to add it to the plate. Yeah, you're going to add it to the plate and quickly close, discard the tip, and then loop, warm it up, cool it off before we touch the agar, and gently spread it evenly. That's it. Thank you very much.